This
Well,
meeting is being recorded.
oh, Sarah's up. I can believe that. Hey, anyways, thank you for coming on my show, Rachel.
Hey, good to be back. It's been a really long time, my friend.
Yeah, so what can you tell me about the short film The Young Boy?
Okay, so I was telling you earlier, but I'll say it again. So I had the very unexpected opportunity to make the short version of this feature film that I have had written for a long time and had sent the script out. But there's a most people don't know, but I had it originated with a 5-page short film
Hmm.
version first. And there is this incredible organization here in New Orleans called the Cool Cooperative, and they work with predominantly middle school and high school kids, and they work in schools as well as extracurricular like activities and classes and training programs to teach them about the film industry, but actually teaching them about the film industry, like actually learning what it means to be in crew, what those positions are, what the job descriptions are, like, and then training them in how to do the roles that they're interested in, but also giving them a comprehensive view of the industry as well. And then having them like do their own projects. So they're inserted to a bunch of the curriculums in a bunch of local schools, as well as having their own programs that run out of the second line stages in the city. So they are brilliant, and I've known about them for a while, and I know that there's like a few people that know have been involved with them over the years, and I always like knew it was kind of like on a peripheral. I was like, oh yeah, they're doing awesome things, but there was never really like a point of connection that
Hmm.
was happened that or had happened. But I got a call randomly in May from the executive director Beth Burvant, who is a gem. And she I had we had met a couple of times before for other things, because she does a multitude of things. But she is also the executive director of this incredible program. And she was like, they do an annual film summer camp free for these kids for an entire month.
That's
And
amazing.
this year they wanted to do not only do, because they a lot of the stuff that they do at camp is like training for like career positions in the film industry for later on in their life, and for like resume and college application experiences, all kinds of stuff like that. So this year they wanted to like take it a step further and actually do a film, and they were like, would you be interested in having like giving us one of your scripts, or what have, like, do you have a script, do you think that would work for something like this? And I was like, actually, I have this 5-page version of a story about kids, and to have it be made by kids would be fantastic. So I was like, this might be perfect. So I sent it over. I was like, I don't know. They read it, they loved it. And we ran with it. So basically how it kind of went was the kids were there. They started June 1st. It was like June 1st to the end of June. So we were kind of prepping a little bit with some meetings in May of
Hmm.
like what we
Hmm.
would need, because it was kind of a big deal. Like the film is set in a treehouse, or the story is set in a treehouse. Um so I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work, but we had use of the sound stages at Second Line, which was a huge privilege and a gift to be able to work there. And uh, luckily, as one of the crews that was shooting in town, um, graciously volunteered there, because the whole thing is run by volunteers, which is crazy amazing. They volunteered to construct the interior of the treehouse. So they built the treehouse set on stage, and the kids got to like design and well, we had a production designer, and under the production designer, she worked with the kids to like bring about this beautiful vision. So basically, the way that it was set up was that they brought in a few professionals to kind of like execute the vision or not execute the vision, but more transmit the vision and be there like during the production of the film to mentor the kids in their roles on the crew and teach them the positions and all that stuff. So we had it was we had I directed and we had a professional first AD who is also on the board of the Cool Cooperative. We had a director of photography, a gaffer, and one or two camera assistants that were in and out, and a sound professional. If I'm missing anybody, I apologize, but I don't think so. And then obviously the board or the producing team of the board of the Cool Cooperative. We're all working on it, but everyone else, like all the positions, were under. All the kids made up the entire cast and crew, except for the one woman who played the mom. And it was just this incredible, super fun experience, and I was very impressed with the work ethic that these kids had, and the manners that they had, and their like their willingness to like I don't know, they just had like so much perseverance through this whole thing.
Hmm.
And because some of them were really young, some of them were like 12, and then some are, we so it was basically kind of like a easy hierarchical setup. It was,
Right.
the middle schoolers, and then you had high schoolers in charge of the middle schoolers who
So
were more
who was
responsibility,
the
and college kids who were
okay?
over them,
Mhm.
and then us. But it was brilliant, and I mean, especially some of these high schoolers impressed the crap out of me. Like I was like, I would hire you right now. You know what I mean? To go work on a big set. So, or they're just really getting incredible hands-on real life experience, and then meeting and connecting with other professionals who like are doing this all the time, but everybody volunteer. I think that was the great kind of thing about it, that we were all there to, like, yes, obviously it was really great to get like a short film out of this, and do this piece that I never thought I was going to get to do. I never thought I was going to get to do the short version of this film. And it's because it's very different. It's very
Hmm.
quiet. There's like basically no dialogue. It's more of a poetic, fantastical little piece. And I didn't know how it was going to go, but I didn't really care too much. I mean, I told Beth at the beginning, I was like, I would absolutely love, 30 seconds to use as sort of like a teaser, to help promote the feature script that I've had going around. That would be fantastic. But I mean, I have a whole 8-minute short film that we finished in 5 days, which was like we only shot for 5 days. Um, during their camp. The rest of the time they were prepping everything. It was unbelievable. So, um, yeah, I just had a great time, and it was just really cool that this film that was made, like, I had this vision of this film to inspire kids and to give hope for kids, and definitely the short version is definitely for much younger children, like 5-year-olds, you know what I mean, or would be maybe the target audience, but it's still a message of like magic and hope. Um and that it got to be made by kids who are aspiring to work in film.
Right, right. That's amazing.
Perfect. I was like, this is perfect, and it's a joy because I mean, I love working with kids, and I'm a summer camp person. Like, I'm a summer camp kid. I grew up going to all kinds of summer camps my entire life. So I was like, this is my jam. It's summer camp and filmmaking and like mentoring and doing art, and it was just this really cool collaboration. So
Right.
it was a very unique experience, and I highly recommend um anyone to go volunteer with them if you ever get a chance, or so desire to like pass on some knowledge to some kids, because
Right.
they've got a great thing going over there, and
Yeah.
I can't it was a highlight of the summer for sure. So I'm
Well,
very, very
it's
grateful.
it's amazing. So, no more in depth about this short film is, did they? did any of these kids audition for each of their role?
No. So what ended up happening was, so we knew, um the kind of the deal was, it was like we were open to holding auditions, and we didn't know if we would need to, but basically, the kind of the only kind of maybe downfall of this particular story is that it's about one kid. It's about one young boy who's about 12. So there were only so many of those kids, and only really one of them was interested in the part. And they sent me a clip of something that he had done previously, and I was like, I can work with that. And he was a great sport, this kid Samuel. He killed it. So, and he was a hoot and a half to work with. I enjoyed every minute. So yeah, so I knew that we would be casting from the kids in the camp. And we didn't know if we would need to hold auditions or not, and it just turned out that they were like, "Here you go. This is going to be Franklin, or AKA Young Boy." So yeah, so that's how that went. It was kind of almost too easy. Yeah, so there were
This was
about,
your dream vision film, kind of.
well, no, I mean, I think the feature version of it is definitely like top of the list for me in terms of the things that I really want to do. Um, that is definitely not possible to do without some decent, like some,
Right.
decent
And
funding. So it's like it's a big goal for me, and I'm kind of like saving it for that moment. But what I feel like I got to do was I got to see a little bit of it. So I got to do like a condensed version of this dream film. And I got and I and it was a part. I was like, this is,
mhm.
especially everything in the treehouse. I was like, this is how it looks in my head. Like I
Wow.
couldn't believe it. So
And
yeah, I can't wait for you to see it. And it's really short. It's a super short.
yes, people need
It's
people
only
please
8 minutes.
need to check it out 100%. Now,
Yeah.
the graphics,
Hmm.
it's amazing.
Really? Oh, do you like it? I thought
Yeah,
it was.
I saw. I can't ruin for the audience, but
Thanks.
the
Thanks.
graphics were good.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah.
So
I
did it
changed it
take you
up.
so long? I can't go in details. Not many people may have seen it, but did it take you so long to edit those graphics and do all this stuff?
Well, okay, so I'm trying to think of, okay, so I did the title graphics. Um and that did not take me very long, surprisingly. I did a few versions of it, and I was just like, oh, we're just gonna go with this, boom. But the kids, actually, after we were done, they would edit together little their own versions. And then we would look at them, and we would talk about, like, pacing and stuff like that, and just for them to be able to understand, like, how, you take what was on a script, then you shoot it, and then you got to put it together. Like, how do you create this? How do we keep the same feeling and flowingness that was in the script, and then what we shot onto an editing, like into an edit. So they did work on that, and we worked on that together for a little bit. And then after camp was over, um the professional editor and I sat down to do a director's cut. So he is responsible, as well as one of their interns, for the final edit, as well as the effects in the film,
Wow.
and they killed it. So it took us,
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, it took us about a month, like,
Right.
like total, like, to have it
Hmm.
done.
So
Mhm.
to switch the topic a little differently in a different direction
Yeah,
is
we've been talking
now
so long.
and
Mm,
since for yourself being a director and producer as a
mhm,
female is
mhm.
a lot of studies are showing that not many, and you can correct this, there's not many women female directors and producers. And in depth a little bit is, what do you think the problem why there's not many women or female women directors or producers out there, what do you think the problem is, and how could society and the entertainment industry could fix it?
That's a good question. I think that there are way more now than there
Mm-hmm.
ever have been, which is great. And there is room for so many more. I think the reason why there hasn't been in the past, I mean, I think that's pretty much common knowledge. It has to do, a little bit with, gatekeeping those roles for a long time. It has to do with, yeah, I mean, basically gatekeeping most for the most part. And different, different. I don't know. I mean, I think there's each situation is unique in a sense. I mean, I think there for a long time there was a prevailing attitude in Hollywood about, women, and I think especially in my younger days, I think all the women that I came up with who are like my age, we've all experienced some really weird crap, but we've also seen a huge shift in attitude and in openness. So I think the idea is that um we're not coming for it's not like there's not like
Mm-hmm.
only X amount of director jobs, and so now women need to come take them all. No, there's an infinite amount of directing positions available, and everyone should be welcome to the table. And because you know women as well as other people from different cultures and walks of life and what have you, they have stories to tell, and they're just as important to be able to be told as is the stuff that we know and love from time
Mm-hmm.
immemorial. And my big thing is that you know I don't want to shut any doors on any male directors, especially the ones that have earned their chops. You know what I mean? Please keep
Mm-hmm.
making your movies. I love them, but also like I think the solution is to not close any doors. We just need to open more.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's room for you to stay in your door. Like your door is open, stay there. I don't want to shut it for you, but please open more doors for
Mm-hmm.
more women, because we do have the interest, we do have the talent, we do have the capacity to write, direct, and produce well. And I'm not perfect at it. I hope I will always be like growing and learning in the craft. I mean, I have leaps and bounds to go, but um, I definitely know that I'm capable, and so I want to continue. And I think that there's more support for that now, um, more than there ever has been, and I think that that needs to continue. But I also think that it doesn't need to be done in a way that is negative. It should be all
Right.
positive. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I have no I again like I have no desire to tell oh, Steven Spielberg is an old white man, so he shouldn't be allowed to make films anymore to make room for all these other directors. No, there is no like needing to make room. Steven Spielberg is great. Please keep making films. But also, there's also all this other room, and maybe like you might can there are many Steven Spielberg females out there. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's not saying it correctly, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
mean that like, oh, the exact copy. Don't, I wouldn't want that to get mixed up. What I mean by that is that there are just as many talented women directors as there are men directors, and we can all make the movies. Let's all make the movies. Now, is that going to all happen at the same time and always perfectly and all at once? No. And I don't ever think that like a number or statistic should be like the god that rules the day. But I do think that there just needs to be way more openness and way less
Mm-hmm.
gatekeeping. And I mean, yeah, just screw the AMPCP at this particular moment. And not about even this, but just about, I mean, like, yeah, yes, about this, because they gatekeep so many freaking things. But um yeah, just like the old Hollywood, like gatekeeping, old world, like boys club mentality has got to go. And it's just like, you guys, like, it's gross. It's so
Right.
gross, and nobody has time for that. And that does not mean that we're gonna take all your shit. No, we just, like, there is enough shit to go around. There's enough. It's not shit, but
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean. There is enough money. There is enough. Um, there is an endless, like, demand for content. So, like, let's go. And I definitely am not uh, uh yeah, I don't think that, nobody's ever told me I couldn't be a director.
Hmm.
So, okay, well, that's not true. But that's definitely okay, that's not true. But I mean, in some sort of way that would affect my career. Like, nobody's holding me back career-wise
Hmm.
because I'm a woman.
Right.
So, I don't think. And if they are, shame on them, and whatever. I'm just gonna keep going. So if
Right.
somebody does have that attitude, that's their problem.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess that was kind of like a weird tangent. So I was not expecting
No, no.
that
Well,
question,
it's a
but
good question that, most people want to know, and how would other female directors and producers feel,
yeah, I think we
and
we feel like we're here. We're there are more of us coming, and I mean, like, I consider myself, like, not quite there yet. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I'm coming. Like, I'm coming, and I'm gonna prove it, and I'm gonna,
hmm
like, I'm gonna continue to work and hone my craft and do my thing, and I hope that it shows and pays off. I mean,
and it
because
does. You've done so many work.
thank you. Yeah, I mean, yes, but I mean, yes, in one sense, yes, but I still have, I still have a long way to go, but I'm also very, like, ready to do the long way. Like,
Yes. Hmm.
and I'm doing a lot of things that a lot of people don't see right now, and
Right.
that's
I
okay.
totally,
And that's, yeah. Um,
totally
but yeah,
understand.
and I by paying off in the future, I think it just means, like, I hope that, like, like, if a door opens for me, that I can open, then in turn open a door for another person, or
Hmm.
five more people, or 10 more people, or however many more people, and pass that mentality along, because I think women bring a unique vision and style, and operating, and a way of operating and working together that is complementary, and, like, that will benefit men as well. So,
Right.
um yeah, I just yeah, I that would be what I want. And being successful means that I'm telling good stories, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, and
100%.
and executing them well. So, and treating people well in the process, you know what I mean? Like, that is also always a goal. Like,
Right.
we're here to have a good time and take our work
Hmm.
seriously, in the sense that we want to do our best, but we're here to make art and have fun and entertain people, and tell a good story, and hopefully that has a good message, and that helps people,
Right.
at the end of the day. So that's the kind of mentality that I, like, try to imbue when on a set. And it's very easy to do when you're surrounded by kids who are just, like, soaking everything in, and, like, wanting to
Hmm.
learn. And I don't know, I can't say it enough, like, how impressed I was by um this age group, with these, 12,
Hmm.
13, 14-year-olds, and then, like, the older, 17, 18, and then 20, 21-year-olds, like, really, like, just really honing in and, like, doing their thing.
Right.
And yeah, it was an incredible thing to watch. They shot a lot of behind the scenes, and I'm hoping that they were wanting I
Hmm.
heard they were wanting to turn it into, like, a documentary for themselves. I hope that they do, and I would love to see it if they do it. So,
Yes. I hope the world can see it. And
yeah.
again,
Mhm.
that's the reason I want to have you on my show again, because to talk about this short film that came out, Young Boy. Again, congratulations, and
Thank you.
it's amazing. It's on YouTube. People can look it up.
Well,
And
it's not on YouTube yet. It's actually playing
oh,
at a,
sorry,
it's actually playing at a couple of film festivals, one in
my
LA.
correction. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's okay. The teaser is out though. The teaser is
That's
out.
what I meant. The teaser's out, but you can't
Yeah,
watch
the teaser
it.
is on YouTube. But I'll send you a link if you want to see it. Um, and yeah, but it'll be out this year. So
Of course,
yeah.
I
Mhm.
remember the teaser is out, but not the whole thing. But people can
Yeah.
watch it. It's
Mhm.
amazing, by the way.
Thanks.
Um,
Yeah. Well, it was a team effort, and
mhm.
it's it's mainly a congratulations to the Cool Cooperative and to the
Yes,
staff.
congratulations to them. So,
Yeah, because they did it. Like they literally did all the stuff. It was awesome.
it is awesome, by the way. I saw the trailer. So my last question is, do you have any upcoming projects?
I do, but I can't talk about them yet. So
Okay.
mum's the word. I do. Yeah, I'm very
Can you
excited about
just say it's this year though?
this year. Okay, yes. So I do have
You don't have to you don't have to say the title name, but if it's this
no,
year,
I can
yes. If
this
not,
one I can this one I can talk about because it has to do with another organization that
mhm.
is a nonprofit. And so there's an organization called Bad Habits Organization. They also have an attached production company called Bad Habits Productions, and they are a veteran owned and operated um nonprofit which aims to uh train veterans um uh in film work to train them for film work because there's kind of like a lot of correlation or like kind of like an easy jump over for like
Mhm.
a military mindset to a film set mindset. um there's a lot of crossover. So that is the organization that I'm doing some stuff with this year, including a big fundraiser on September 30th. They're having a big fundraiser so that they can kickstart their courses as well as to start funding some of their film projects because their goal with the production company side is to they will guarantee on their film projects that they will hire 60% cast and crew veterans, which is that's freaking amazing. So I love that, and I think it's a worthy cause and it's a worthy thing. So yeah, they're holding a big fundraiser, but they're also doing an online auction. So if people want to go check out stuff, even if you want to donate 5-10 bucks, that would be so greatly appreciated. It goes to the 501(c)(3. Everything is tax deductible. And then they're also holding a live auction at the end of the month for like a week. And there's going to be some like really amazing stuff on there, like stuff worth over $1,000 that you can bid on. So really cool prizes and really cool stuff. And then if you're in, Louisiana and you want to go to a casino night in Baton Rouge, that's the fundraiser theme. So they'll have like games and like all kinds of like casino stuff as well as
Amazing.
gift baskets, speakers, and all that
Mhm.
stuff. And it's all to raise money for the organization that's going to train veterans in the film industry and then hire them. So that's what I will be working with them a little bit this year. We're doing that and then doing some of the training programs because they're going to bring in professionals to do various things. So I'll be doing a couple of those, and then next year, I mean, I'm is the year of feature films. So that's the goal anyway. Whether it's next year or the year after, the goal from now on is to
Mhm.
continue writing feature length scripts and then making them. So that's what the goal is. So hopefully, there will be cool news in the future, but not just yet.
Yeah.
Or I can't say just yet.
Right. Well, again,
Yeah.
thank you for coming on my show, and I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. And
Thanks for having me back. It's good to see you. I'm glad we got to catch up too a little bit.
yes, and I can't wait to have you back to talk about your more upcoming projects.
Yes.
And by the way, P.S. Are you excited for your New Orleans Saints football games?
I am. Oh my gosh. I'm like allowing myself to watch football this year.
Your quarterback, of course, right?
Derek Carr, let's go. Number 4. I'm like, come on, man, make me get a jersey. That's what I want. Let's go. I mean, I'm going to anyway because I support my team. But yeah, I'm like, I think this is the most excited New Orleans has been in a while. Be after our dude, and then that's no shade to our other quarterbacks like um uh what James Winston. Am I saying that right? I think I just mixed it up. Um, sorry guys, I have like migraine brain. But and Teddy Bridgewater. It's been a while. But I didn't like I couldn't watch after Drew Brees left. I just couldn't watch. I was devastated and I would work myself up so much in games and I had to like people were like, you need to calm down, Rachel. And I was like, I know, I'm sorry. But this year I'm like, I'm getting back into it. It's gonna be fun. So yes, I'm looking forward to Saints games on Sundays now, which is super exciting. So yeah, let's go. Who dat?
Hopefully they do well.
Thank you. Yes, you'll know. You'll know
Yes.
probably on my Instagram or whatever if I do. Although
Yes.
I don't like post anymore, but whatever.
Yes. Well,
uh,
thank you again for coming on my show. And well, I can't
thanks
um
for having me back. Thank
and
you
I
so
can't wait to
much.
have you back
Yeah, thank
in the
you.
near
You're doing
future.
good?
I'm doing great.
Yeah,
How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing
Good.
good. Yeah.
Well, thank you again for coming on. I can't wait to have you in the
Thank you
future.
so much.
All right.
All right.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.